Hey guys, so I'm following up on chapter 4 of the Dao De Jing in our 81 months of the Dao De Jing. You might have noticed it's been a couple of weeks since I put out a video. And the reason is because I'm selling my house and moving to China. But, of course, this takes a lot of effort. So I had to, in order just to keep my classes going and all this kind of stuff, the 81 months program had to go on the back burner. But I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm just gonna make the videos a little bit shorter. So today we're going to talk about a subject in chapter 4, which I think is really important. It's about the empty vessel, and it's maybe not as simple as you might think at first. So if you look at the early translation of the Dao De Jing, the James Legge, right, was the sort of the standard early translation of the Dao De Jing. And there's been a bunch of commentaries since then. But the Legge translation was the standard for a long time. In chapter 4, he says the Tao is like an empty vessel. So he's translating the passage, Dao Chong Er Yong Zhi Ho Bu Ying. So if you were to translate it very word for word, kind of in modern Chinese, Dao Chong would mean the Tao is maybe like penetrating or rushing or going through an empty space. Er Yong Zhi, and its use, Huo Bu Ying, never overflows. So the Tao is like penetrating or rushing through emptiness, and its use never overflows. So I had always wondered for a long time, is the Legge translation correct? Well, I shouldn't have second guessed myself. Legge was a very qualified sinologist, and I'm not. So, nevertheless, right, people have historically, periodically improved the translation of the Dao De Jing, maybe tried to get a little bit more accurate. So I thought maybe Legge was inaccurate. And so one of the things that I've been doing for the 81 months of the Dao De Jing internal alchemy classes, which are going on for the past 4 months, we're just going into month 5 this weekend. Incidentally, links are in the description to the past ones if you're interested. We've been going through modern interpretation on the website Wuqianyan 5000 YAN, which is I think it's a mainland Chinese website, and it's dedicated to disseminating the Dao De Jing according to modern research. Okay, so I go there typically in the 4th week of each program, so that we are not only dealing with ancient texts. I think it's really important to consider what current generations of people are thinking about the Dao De Jing. If you rely only on ancient texts, there might be things you miss, because present day scholarship is probably better than any other generation, actually, if you think about it, because it's bound more to discursive rules which are more based on critical thinking, okay? Whereas older versions of the Dao De Jing are much more based on using the Dao De Jing in order to do something with it. And so I think it's very important to do something with the Dao De Jing, whether that's running a country or whether that's doing meditation, or whether that's organizing your personal life and relationships. It's very important to do something with the Dao De Jing, otherwise it's a dead document. But looking at an analysis of the document, which attempts to explain it from a historical perspective and a linguistic perspective, is already really, or also really useful. And people just simply weren't doing that in the medieval period. Okay, so let's look at this concept of Dao Chong from the 5000 words website. So it says, Dao Chong Er Yong Zhi Huo Bu Ying Yuan Xi Si Wan Wu Zhi Zong. So the Dao is whatever Chong, right, penetrating, Er Yong Zhi Huo Bu Ying, and its use is never overflowing. Yuan Xi, it's profoundly deep, like an abyss. Si Wan Wu Zhi Zong, just like the ancestor of all things. Okay, so here they say Chong, this character, which on the left side is made up of a radical that means water, and then on the right side is center, like water running through the center. They say it's the same as gu. Gu, okay, so gu technically means a kind of venomous insect, but they say that it means empty. Okay, so they say this word chong actually means to be empty. And so they say it means they make the Tao they talk about it's internally empty, just like a vessel, basically. So here they are agreeing, right? This is also the same as what Legge says. So when you compare the two interpretations, Legge's interpretation, this interpretation, in this particular area, they're the same, which I think lends credence to the importance that Legge got it right the first time, And so if you've ever been wondering about that, in this regard, he definitely got that one right. Just in case you're like me and you're one of those people who goes through the Dao De Jing over and over again with a fine tooth comb, and you go through translations and you try to figure out what's the correct interpretation and meaning, I would say I would give Legg's translation in this particular regard a high degree of credibility, since it seems to be agreed on also by the modern commentators who are doing the academic work in China. Okay, so that's that for today's video. I recognize that we need to do some more videos for Chapter 4. Those are coming soon. Please bear with me. And please wish that my house sells at a reasonable price and that I can move to China more quickly, because I got lots and lots of fun stuff planned there. But most importantly is being with my wife and my son and my parents-in-law, who happen to be spending a little bit of time right there right now. And then, of course, doing wonderful things to improve the YouTube channel and bring you even more interesting material are close second to the most important thing of being with my family. Okay, see you soon.